Like,
Okay.
so does Minden Hills know they are supposed to do that?
Yeah, I sent out an email to the clerks about a month ago or so just to put it on their radar.
Did you ask Highlands East?
The
No,
public,
it's only the elected officials that need to be
Oh, okay.
reappointed every year.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I was 4 years, but
Yep,
okay.
you are.
okay, we are live, folks.
Okay, we will call the meeting to order. We respectfully acknowledge that the county of Haliburton is located on Treaty 20 Mishi-Saugig territory, and in their traditional territory, the Mishi-Saugig and Chippewa nations, collectively known as the Williams Treaties First Nations, which are Curve Lake, Rama, Hiawatha, Alderville, Scugog Island, Beausoleil, and Georgina Island First Nations. We acknowledge a shared presence of Indigenous nations throughout the area and recognize its original inhabitants as the stewards of its lands and waters since time immemorial. Could I have a mover and a seconder to adopt the agenda as presented? Members Kennedy and Donald.
Be it resolved that the October 15th, 2024 Land Division Committee agenda be hereby approved.
All in favor? That's carried. Is there any declaration of pecuniary interest or general nature thereof today? Hearing none, could I have a mover and a seconder to adopt the minutes of September the 16th? Moved by member Snyder, seconded by member Kennedy.
Be it resolved that the minutes of the Land Division Committee meeting held September 16th, 2024 be approved as printed and circulated.
All in favor? That's carried. So we'll move into the applications for consent. The first being Beverage for a new residential lot.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair, and I'll share a screen and walk committee through a few PowerPoint slides. Okay, and I trust everybody can see the slide?
Yep.
Okay. So application H03724 is for Beaverage, and just for context, in terms of location in the county, property is approximately at the Red Star, and it's on the east side of Highlands East Township, close to the Hastings County border, and just south of Harcourt settlement area in Dysart. And just zooming in a little bit more, subject properties at 1897 Mumford Road, and it's proposed to create one new lot fronting on Mumford Road. It's rural lands designation in the county official plan, and in the Highlands East zoning bylaw, it's zoned as rural zone. And just for context, you can see the Harcourt settlement area to the northwest, outlined in the red color. So here's the severance sketch. The proposed severed lot is outlined in pink. The property would have 100 meters of frontage on Mumford Road, and it would have 4 hectares of land area, which is 9.9 acres. And the retained lot outlined in green contains an existing garage and dwelling, existing entrance onto Mumford Road with 120 meters of frontage, which is 394 feet, and 12.3 hectares or 30.4 acres in lot area. I just want to point out one thing. The Highlands East staff recommendation report had some different numbers. I talked to Chris Jones, who authored that report, and he had been using the GIS parcel fabric for his dimensions. Those dimensions were not correct. The map that's in front of you was provided by the surveyor as a sketch, and these numbers are correct. They do match the impact data that we have. So I brought that up to Chris Jones, and he was fine with the numbers that are appearing before Land Division today. So the municipality, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Just to conclude, so we did not receive any public comments on the circulation. Hydro One had no concerns, and obviously the municipality has endorsed the application subject to the conditions that are in the staff report. And ultimately, county staff recommend approval subject to the conditions that are outlined in the staff report. And I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Do any of the committee members have any questions? Hearing none, then could I have a mover and a seconder to receive the report and grant provisional approval to the application? Members Donald and McKelvey.
Be it resolved that the Land Division Committee of the County of Haliburton received the staff report related to application for consent H03724, and that the Land Division Committee of the County of Haliburton grant provisional approval of application for consent H03724, subject to the conditions outlined in the staff report. Member Donald?
Yes.
Member Kennedy?
Yes.
Member Snyder?
Yes.
Member McKelvey?
Yes.
And Chair Danielson.
Yes. That's carried. The next application is by 1587355 Ontario Incorporated for the to sever 3 new rural residential lots.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair, and I'll share screen again. Okay, the subject property, first of all, these are applications H38, 39, and 40 of 24. And the subject lands shown by the red star are located at the south portion of Algonquin Highlands Township, just bordering to the north of the Minden Hills municipal boundary. And property is a corner lot at the corner of Tulip Road and the 25th line, just east of Carnarvon. So just zooming in a little bit here, subject property is outlined in red, and it's the proposals to create 3 new lots. The property is zoned, designated rural lands in the county OP, and it's zoned rural zone and EP zone in the Highlands, Algonquin Highlands zoning bylaw. And just for reference, the EP zoning is, it's a small pocket right here. You can see my cursor. When I did a site visit, this area is low here, and I didn't see a culvert, which would explain why there was some standing water. If there was a culvert across the road, I don't think there would have been any wetland in that area there, but it was a very, very small pocket. So just starting at the bottom, so H3824 severed lot 1 would contain the existing dwelling on site, and that property. Sorry, oh, sorry. Property at the south end has 202 meters of frontage with 1.23 hectares or 9.9 acres. And then moving north along the 25th line, H3924, which is severed lot 2, would have 100 meters or 330 feet of frontage on the 25th with 2 hectares or 5 acres of lot area. And then finally at the top, H4024 severed lot 3 would have 202 meters, 151.2 meters or 496 feet of frontage on 25th line with 14 acres of lot area. The retained lot is large. It's 29.9 hectares or just under 74 acres. And it has frontage on both Tulip Road at the bottom end here, 640 feet. And then the majority of the frontage on the 25th line, 2,400 feet, is along the stretch of road. And in the site package, there were some photos of the roads in that area. It's a pretty straight stretch, and all 3 properties would have suitable building envelopes due to the size and frontage. So just to conclude, Algonquin Highlands has endorsed the application subject to conditions. There were no public written comments. Hydro One has no concerns, and county staff recommend approval subject to the conditions that are outlined in the staff report. One of the conditions I just want to point out was that there was 2 sections at the south end of the property where Tulip Road encroached partially onto the subject land. So we've included a condition of road widening so that Tulip Road plus a suitable distance is brought onto the municipal road allowance. And I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Questions from committee members? Member Snyder.
Thank you. Adam, I may have asked this before and I apologize if I have. Is there a limit on the number of lots that can be created on an original 100-acre lot?
Through you, Madam Chair, the answer is yes. So the county official plan allows creation of 3 lots maximum. And then we have a there's a date for each municipality that the lot is considered existing. So I think in Algonquin Highlands, it's around 2005. So the property as it existed in 2005, if it has additional severances after that date, they count towards that 3 maximum. So in other words, this property, they're proposing 3 new lots. They couldn't sever them and then return 2 years from now and do another 3 because they've already maxed out their 3.
Thank you. And a second question, if I may.
Yep.
The dwelling has a very minimal setback. I assume that there'll be a zoning bylaw amendment to legalize it.
Through you, Madam Chair, I didn't see a condition from Algonquin Highlands regarding that house. Now that house is very old. It looks like it's like one of the original pioneer houses almost. So it's probably got an existing non-conforming setback, and that's likely how the planner at the township viewed it, is that it's existing.
Okay, thank you.
Other questions from committee members? Seeing none, could I have a mover and a seconder then to receive the staff report and grant provisional approval for the 3 applications? Members McKelvey and Donald.
Be it resolved that the Land Division Committee of the County of Haliburton received the staff report related to applications for consent H38, 39, and 40 of 24, and that the Land Division Committee for the County of Haliburton grant provisional approval of application for consent H3824, subject to the conditions outlined in the staff report, and that the Land Division Committee for the County of Haliburton grant provisional approval of application for consent H03924, subject to the conditions outlined in the staff report, and that the Land Division Committee for the County of Haliburton grant provisional approval of application for consent H04024, subject to the conditions outlined in the staff report. Member Donald?
Yes.
Member Kennedy?
Yes.
Member Snyder?
Yes.
Member McKelvey?
Yes.
And Chair Danielson.
Yes. That's carried. Any other business to discuss? I know I came in kind of just at the last minute. I heard you had a bit of a conversation about, was I hearing some difference in presentation methods or?
Yeah, Madam Chair, through you to the committee, just in general, we've, in the past, as part of the presentation, I kind of zoom in on the graphics that are included in the staff report. And what we're going to do moving forward is just have a slide deck set up for each application. And it's a little bit easier way to present just because it flows better. It's easier for me to just read off the slides rather than trying to coordinate between 3 screens.
Okay, sounds reasonable.
Yep.
Any other business to discuss? Member McKelvey.
Just a comment, I like the slide presentation, Adam. If there's anything on the right-hand side of it, it's blocked out by the members being on my screen anyways. I don't know if anybody else noticed that. All of us are on the right-hand side of the screen when you bring up your presentation. So if there's anything on there, it's blocked by that. So I don't know. But other than that, I really liked it. So.
You can widen the, you can change the size of the screen of the Teams. I guess it's Teams, not Zoom. I just adjust the screen so that you can see both. Because I keep my agenda open, and then the us, and you can change the size of the screen, the Zoom screen, to provide for both to be seen at the same time.
Yeah, and I had a little bit of difficulty too, just starting out. There's up in the view panel, there's some options there where you can reconfigure the screen and you can move the windows around, and that might work.
So I see our next meeting is scheduled for November the 11th. Any challenges with that? That's Remembrance Day.
Yeah. I think we moved it to the 18th.
Can you confirm that, Adam?
I'm just looking at my calendar here. Oh, so Bob, was that at the beginning of the year when we looked at the schedule?
I don't know it. It's on my calendar for the 18th.
Well, it's now on my calendar for the 18th.
Okay. Yeah, because I know that some municipal offices close that day. I don't think that the county does.
I think you'll find that a lot of the, I know that myself and probably Tammy all attend the Remembrance Day ceremonies, so would not be available. And I mean, that's something that the public members may wish to do as well.
Right. Yeah. I think because now it's ringing a bell, Bob, because at the beginning of the year when we released the schedule for the year, I think we did talk about that. Is there any other conflicts if we put it to the 18th?
Yeah, so I'm about 75% certain that I won't be able to attend on the 18th.
Okay.
Tammy?
I thought if there was like a public holiday on the Monday, we went to the Tuesday. I'm not sure. I mean, I know it's not a public holiday per se, but I would agree with the chair that we're going to be at other events on Remembrance Day, so I'm not available. But I wondered about the 12th.
Yeah, I'm just looking at my calendar here. I don't if we moved it to the 12th, it wouldn't create any conflicts for me personally.
There is a county EMO meeting from 2 till 4 that day. But, given, I don't know if you have any notion about how many applications we'd be looking at, but we're usually done within an hour.
For next month, I've got one for sure, and I possibly have 2 bell easements coming in, which obviously are not complicated at all.
Yeah.
I suspect next month we'll have probably between 3 and 5.
So can we, is it all right with everybody to change it to the 18th? I suspect that Bob is grinning. If you're not available on the Monday, you're probably not available on the Tuesday either.
I'm available on the 11th. The 12th, I'm probably 50% certain that I can attend. We have flights. We're flying out that day.
Well, we would still have a quorum. What's the committee's preference?
Either day is fine with me.
Yeah, either
the Tuesday or the following Monday.
Tammy, any conflicts for you? All right, so which date works better for you, Adam?
I'm good either day. 12th or the 18th is fine with me both times.
Okay, I think what I might try and do to make sure that I don't have any conflicts is just to come in and take the land division meeting in the council chambers, and then I'll be available for the EMO meeting. So we'll go with the 12th.
Okay.
Any other business that we need to discuss? Okay, could I have a mover and a seconder then to adjourn? Councillor Kennedy, Member Kennedy, and Member McKelvey.
Be it resolved that the October 15th, 2024 Land Division Committee meeting be hereby adjourned.
All in favor? That's carried. Thanks very much, everyone.
Okay.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Enjoy
See you
the
later.
day.
Like,